friends, Jolene here, just getting back from the markets, and I thought what better time to share a little bit of whole food wellness and some food as medicine tips. So let's have a look here at what I bought today. So I've got some beautiful apples, and if you look at the apple here, see how it's got this 5-pointed star. So we stand in the shape of a 5-pointed star. Now, there used to be that saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And that, as we know these days, is very, very true. So the apple not only protects and heals every body organ, it also feeds every cell in the body. So apple is one of the most amazing foods you could be eating yourself or giving to your children. I also got some lovely carrots. So carrots are food for the eyes. And if you look at the carrot, it's exactly identical to the eye. I've got some tomatoes here. Tomatoes are food for the heart. You can see the chambers there in the heart. They're red. They're blood food also. What else have I got? Leek. So leek is an amazing superfood for the gut. So what we're now learning about the gut is what we eat directly affects our mood, it affects our behavior, and it really affects our health. So ideally, we want to be eating a plant-based diet as close to nature as possible, as well as we want to be eating about 30 to 40 different varieties of whole food every week, because all the different colors of food feed all the different microorganisms that we have in our gut. So we've got garlic in season at the moment. So garlic is antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial. Now a garlic, this takes a whole year to grow. So I don't know if you've ever seen when you go to the organic markets, for example, that's like $40 a kilo. But when you think about how that's actually grown, this is premium food. So you don't want to buy the garlic that comes from China, because there's all kinds of sprays used on that, and they're really not good for your health. So I've got some beautiful red onions here. So this is great to add to your soups and stocks and any of your casseroles or anything like that. Onions also a great food for your microbiome as well as your overall health. And this is a lymph food. So this really helps your immune system. And I've got some lovely potatoes here. So these are organic potatoes. Now I always buy food that's grown under the ground organic. Otherwise, I just don't buy it at all, because this food has been grown in soil that is nutrient dense and there's been no chemicals used in it. So this was a little tip that I learned off a friend of mine that works for quarantine. So she was in charge of looking after all the fruits and veggies that are imported. And so anything that's grown under the ground is obviously, you know, they use chemicals in it, particularly in commercial farming. So this is why I'm a huge fan of spray-free and clean food, because we really don't want to be getting all those chemicals into our bodies, because they build up over time, and let's face it, they make us sick. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody knows people who aren't well, you know, including ourselves. I've had my own health challenges prior to, you know, turning into a clean eating foodie, which is doing me wonders. Hi Shane, hi Maxine, thanks for listening guys. And who else have I got on there? Jess. So yeah, I'm just talking a little bit about some of the food I bought at the markets today. So look, I'm really turning into a whole food, I don't want to say preacher, but you know, I really want to encourage people to eat as clean as possible. I've got 2 sons with food allergies, and just being on that journey has really taught me that there's a lot of lies out there. There's a lot of BS in our food manufacturing and the way food's grown, and I just think we have a right to clean food. And I think the more of us that understand how important it is, the more of us are going to get on this bandwagon, and then the price of the organic food will go down as well. What else can I tell you about? So I've got some beautiful parsley here. Now this is organic parsley. This has still got dirt on it. Yeah, that's a huge bunch there. That was only $3. Like the stuff in Coles is about the same price, and it's nowhere near the quality. This was picked, I think she picked it yesterday. So this is also going to last me for a couple of weeks as well. So when you buy food from the local market, not only is it not traveled all the food miles, it's also going to last you longer, because generally the farmers will pick it the day before, or some of them even wake up early and pick it today, I've discovered. You know, gorgeous carrots. So these are like little, you know, lunchtime snacks for the kids. And I think they're about $5. Like, there's heaps there, and that's nearly enough for a whole week for my boys, just as a lunchbox filler. Sweet potato, so that is food for the pancreas, and look at it. This helps to lower blood sugar. So if you've got sugar cravings, diabetes, you know, if in 3 o'clock in the afternoon when you get that sort of slump, you could eat some sweet potato, mash it up. You can add it to, sometimes even put it in chocolate cake and the kids can't even taste it. And it just makes it all a little bit healthier. And then I've got some lovely spinach. So, you know, all these green foods, this is food for the blood, food for the immune system. Basically, every system in your body is going to be more vibrant if you eat food like this. I've got some ginger here. And look at that. That is food for the stomach. And it looks like the stomach. So, you know, what I get so all fascinated and sometimes frustrated about is this is not actually new information. This information has been around since the time of Hippocrates, which was about 2,500 years ago. This used to get passed down through the generations. All the ancient healers, they used to know this and they used to tell everyone. Like my parents grew up when there was a veggie garden in the backyard. That was just the done thing. But then sort of in the 1950s with the Industrial Revolution and the, you know, all the farming methods change and the commercialization of food, we sort of forgot this knowledge. And I think that our health has, you know, really been impacted by that because more and more of us are getting sick. And you'd think with the way that the technology is that we would actually be healthier now knowing how much information's out there. Like we're living in the information age, but we're not healthier. We're sicker, fatter, and more unhealthy than any other, you know, time in history. And that's nothing to be proud of. And I don't want to pass that on to my children. I want my children to live in a world where people are actually happy, vibrant, and enjoying their life. And if you're filling your mouth full of so much crap, you're just not going to feel good. You're really not. What else? Oh, so interesting book here. So it's called The New Scientist, and my dad bought that for me. So healthy gut, happy brain. So, you know, there's been articles coming out about this for years and years and years, but I'm still not finding it being taught at school. I'm not finding many people talking about it. There's really only about 1% of us that are actually on this whole food mission. And I think we really need to try and up the numbers. Hi, Caroline, how are you? What else did I want to talk about? Oh, so I just want to reference this whole food medicine book I've got here. So this was when I first had that aha moment around food. It was back in 2006 and I went to this health presentation and I was sitting there so hungover. I was so sick. I'd been out partying all weekend. I remember feeling just bleh. And anyway, the speaker there was a guy called Don Tolman, and they call him the whole food medicine man. And he spoke about the doctrine of signatures, and he talked about all the different body systems and how every single food grown in nature, or, you know, plants, seed, nuts, grains, so basically anything that was nature grown and made, supported different parts of the body. And it just made so much sense to me. And I was like, oh, aha, duh. And like I was, you know, I was a bit of a party animal back in those days. I'd be finishing the nights off with cheeseburgers and, you know, sometimes we'd get the cab driver to go to the kebab shop and we'd pick up a kebab on the way back. But I never felt well. Like I always felt like there was something not quite right. Like I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the vibrancy. I was really lacking in, well, I was lacking in nutrition, to be honest. And that's when I really understood the power of nutrition. And it took me quite a few years to get fully on the bandwagon. But now, you know, I haven't had a cigarette, I think, since I was 30. I don't drink anymore. I'm really living this whole food lifestyle and it's making a huge difference to my outlook. And I really, you know, I really want to pass this message on. It does make a difference. We are meant to be eating this kind of food. Our body doesn't recognize anything really that's man-made. Our body only recognize nature-made food. So yeah, look, this is a great reference, and that's probably about all I've got to say today. So, you know, love and veggies, guys, and you know, I know sometimes it can be a real challenge to get this kind of food into your body, but it is going to be available in your local area. You've got organic veggie box delivery. I'm sure there's going to be markets there. If you can't find one, reach out to me and I'll help you find, you know, farmers that are, you know, making clean food. And, you know, I just wish everyone the best in health. So have a great day. Thanks for listening. Bye.